Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Manisha. I'm Manisha Merchandani, and we are on week 2 of our wellness education series. So, I've been a health and wellness coach for 5 years and partnered with doTERRA about 2 years ago to bring my clients really the best natural solutions. And it's been my greatest joy to educate people on health and wellness throughout this, um, last couple of years where I've been really serious in making doTERRA my full time job. And today we're doing nutrition and supplements. And I love teaching this particular class. And we have a series of 8. If you're just joining us, this is our second one. And we're going to repeat the series every 8 weeks. You may be able to catch it with some other leaders. So go ahead and check the Team Oil calendar, and you may find other classes there to fill in your card. So, this series is intended for you as a customer to really understand what doTERRA products are, what doTERRA has to offer, and how those products are going to work in your body, and for you to find the products that you can't live without, because all of us have different needs in our bodies, right? And we all have different emotional needs, physical needs, and we don't really need every single product doTERRA has, right? That would be a big, big undertaking. But there are key ones that are going to make your body perform optimally. And that's what we're going to do is kind of dig in and discover today, because we want to make sure that you're using everything you need so that you can feel your absolute best. So, like I said, this is one of my absolute favorite classes to teach of all time, because even when I was in college, I would always talk to friends about the benefits of eating well. I was an integrative bio major and took several classes on nutrition and how it relates to wellness. So it's always been something that's, in me, and something that I've been aware of. And I'm really appreciative of, really understanding where our food comes from, how it works in the body, and what it does for us. So I'm super excited to dive in. And the last thing I want to say before we actually dive into content is I hope you all have the wellness education card to fill out. You might have gotten that from your upline. And as you attend these classes, you will, and when you finish all 8 of them, you'll be sent a gift from your upline. And you'll also get a certificate of completion. So it's really exciting to get the knowledge and really start using your doTERRA, what it's meant to be used for living the lifestyle, the wellness lifestyle. Okay, so we're going to dive in here. The first thing I'm going to kind of give us is some food for thought and help you think about why people around us are so sick. And I don't mean currently in our currently pandemic environment. I just mean in general in our culture. So, if you didn't know, we have over 300 food products in the US that are banned in other countries. So that's, something to really think about. If you're joining and watching this later and you're not from the United States, you may have the statistics for your country, which is just really important to be aware of. The other thing you need to know is that, in the US, we have the highest budget for healthcare. And even with having, amongst all developing countries, having that high budget, we actually rank at the very bottom for health. So we have the highest budget, meaning we have the most money to take care of our people properly. However, that's not the answer, right? Because we're still ranking at the very bottom for disease. So we are not doing well. And that's something to think about. So we need to think about in this time, in this space, how do we combat that? How do we change this? So what we know is that what we put in our body either feeds disease or fights disease. And everything we consume is either going to feed that disease or fight it. It's just something to think about. For example, I just made a smoothie for myself this morning, right? I had banana, spinach, kale, almond milk, and all kind of good foods that are going to fight disease, right? They're going to fight the inflammation. They're going to nourish my body. I could have grabbed a donut and I would have loved that, but that donut would have actually fed the disease in my body. It would have encouraged inflammation. And because we know that sugar, disease feeds on sugar, and that's not going to be good for us over time and all the time. So we can really decide what we put in our body. So, why are people around us so sick? Well, probably a lot of time is that what we're putting into our body is actually feeding the disease, because we're not being very intentional about what goes in our body. And, I'm not saying that I never eat donuts. I mean, I definitely like donuts. It's just that 80 to 90% of the time, I'm choosing foods that fight disease rather than feed the disease. So, just some things to think about. And then the other reason that we're so sick is because when something isn't going right, instead of going to the root of the problem, instead of changing our diet or getting out on a walk, we are really quick to take a pill, right? And we're programmed to just put medicines into our body to fix the pain. So we start thinking, well, my body must be broken. Something's wrong with me because my knees hurt or, my skin is breaking out. But your body isn't broken. That's not the right way to think of it. Your body's actually the most brilliant creation, you know, of art. What our bodies can do is actually really amazing. It's just what we feed it with, what we fuel it with. It's kind of like thinking about like having a really amazing car. Like we're talking about like a Rolls Royce, right? So if you had that creme de la creme, that beautiful machine, if you had that car in your driveway, you would take such good care of it. You would put in premium gas, right? You wouldn't overdrive it. You wouldn't just throw junk in the trunk, right? You would really make sure the oil got changed and you would take care of it. So we have to think of our bodies in the same way. And it comes down to how much we really value, ourselves and our bodies and who we are. We have to put good things in our tank to fuel our tanks. And with really good nourishing things, we can run optimally. And so I think there's many reasons that people around us are sick, but those are the main ones. And if you're not feeling well all the time, and if you would like to feel better, those are really things to consider. Another question to ask is, do you think we get, what we need for good health from our food? Like, do you really think we're getting what we need for good health, right? So really the answer is no, unless we're eating really good food all the time. I mean, how about an apple a day, right? Consider apples, we used to get them maybe just locally in the old days, but now we truck apples across the country. They can sit in warehouses for months on ends. They can get picked prematurely, not necessarily ripened even on the tree. And so when you learn all this and you learn how it's not as natural as we think, the nutritional level of the apple, once it gets into your fruit basket in your, grocery store where you buy it from and you get it home, it's just not as good as it once was. So we're really growing things genetically now, right? And we can grow things a lot faster. We can speed up the production of food, but the quality just goes way down. And so let's say we're getting really organic food and we're picking it from the farm. I mean, even if we're putting those into our body and nourishing ourselves as much as possible, there's still, lacking in some of the other things that we can't get the nutrients from, right? And we're lacking those essential nutrients and the minerals. And then our soil is depleted because we overfarm and we overprocess. So, I'm giving you a lot of background in this, but I think it's important to start thinking about it, waking up and realizing that we have to really own what we consume so much more than what we have so far. And there's always a way to make it better. And we really need to be thinking about it all the time. So, nutrition is foundational, right? It allows our body to function optimally. So, one of the things that people probably come to me most as a health coach for is lack of energy, right? They have brain fog, they feel like they're in a slump, they're feeling really sluggish. That's when they start waking up and wanting to make a difference. Um, so, lacking the mental clarity is another one. And especially with everything going on this year, people are really struggling with, and they're really actually thinking, they're actually more in tune with their bodies because they've slowed down life and they can actually think about how they're feeling. Um, and you know, those things that people are feeling are because of what we're consuming. The things that we're consuming aren't feeding our body in the right way, right? It's like putting water in a gas tank of your car. Your car's just not going to make it, and you're going to run out. You're going to run out of energy. You won't be going anywhere. So let's just think everything we need comes from the earth, right? So everything we need was actually here since the beginning of time. So if we're putting things that are man-made, that are processed, those things eventually wear our bodies out. Our bodies are not meant to have those and consume those, especially on large doses. And since our bodies are so strong and resilient and good at detoxing slowly over time, the disease creeps in. And the foundation is important. Because even if we're slowly detoxing over time, if we're not feeding our body with the right things, the wrong things are going to come in. Foundation is going to support the cardiovascular health and all the proper inflammatory responses in the body. So it keeps our heart ticking, really, which is what we want. But all the pain and the inflammation, our body is usually designed to take care of, designed to support and everything. If we don't eat what it needs, it won't be able to do that. So our body is just not going to be taking care of itself, even how it's meant to. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about is lifelong vitality. And, we talk about this every single week. It's the most foundational thing that you can put in your body to supplement your diet. So, that being said, it does not replace your salad, it doesn't replace your apple. This does not replace your good choices when we all should be making better choices on a regular basis. But lifelong vitality is the nutritional equivalent of 12 servings of fruits and vegetables. So that's a lot of fruits and vegetables, right? Compacted down into whole food source vitamins that we can take. And I don't know about you, but even when I drink like that smoothie in the morning, which is pretty common for me, my salad at lunch, maybe have some soup at dinner time. Even when I do all those, I'm still not getting that many fruits and vegetables in my diet a day, right? So you're probably grabbing a couple during the day and maybe a couple in your smoothie, and it's just not enough. And so when we're not eating as much as we need to eat, our bodies are being filled up with things that are processed, right? And that makes us feel really full. So, we're out hungry for the things that we're lacking. And when we lack the essential minerals and essential nutrients, vitamins, our bodies just can't perform optimally. So, lifelong vitality is made from whole food sources. This means it has no fillers, it's just the food source. So, when you're getting things like vitamin C in your lifelong vitality or your omegas, these aren't laboratory produced vitamins. They are produced from land sources, marine sources. Um, there are essential oils also in there that maximize the support. And what I love most is that lifelong vitality supplements are bioavailable. That means that your body recognizes them as food and will absorb them. So we know when we take oils internally, they help drive other things deeper into our tissues, right? We've learned that. So they help maximize the effectiveness of things. And that's essential oils right in there in these supplements, and our omegas in a capsule, which preserve their potency longer. And that's important too, because omegas are good for our brain and our heart and our gut and our clarity of thought. So lifelong vitality, it comes in a trio, and you can get the trio. You can also get them separately, but it is available in the trio. And if you can see my screen here, I will just lift them up. Um, so this includes the Alpha CRS, the Omega, and the Microplex VMZ. You can get this, or you can also get it as, and I love to do this, especially when I'm traveling, or there are days when you feel extra lazy to fill your pill box. You can actually get them in daily packs. So daily packs are really cool, really easy to use. So you get these through your membership. And one good thing to know is when you do have that membership, when you purchase the trio on LRP, you get a massive discount, right? And you get discounts on other supplements that you can add on. So make sure you're looking at that when you are going ahead and ordering your LLV. So just, this is probably what I would say is the basement of your body. So, we know like a basement or a strong foundation, it's key to a strong home. So it's the difference between having a house that's just set on the ground and then having a house that has like concrete cinder blocks under it, right? So when havoc comes, when, some disaster comes, you know that your body is going to be really strong and you won't be left vulnerable, right? So for me, every day when I take my supplements, I think I'm building a strong foundation. And it's really truly a baseline of my health. And I will tell you that when you start to take supplements, yes, you feel, the changes, and over time, your body gets used to that great state. But it's when you stop, if you ever need to stop, like you don't have them in stock, or, you have forgotten to take them for several days or on a vacation, that's when I really start feeling that I'm feeling sluggish again. I'm feeling, no clarity of thought. And that's really when I remember I need to go back to my lifelong vitality. Okay, so we say gut health is foundational, right? One of the things that you might have known or might not have been taught yet is about 80% of your immune system is actually in the gut, right? It's actually in the microbiome of your stomach, your intestines, how your food is working through them. So, what good bacteria lives in there actually controls how well your body performs. And that goes back to just give you so much credence to why food is so important. So the gut plays a vital role in our overall health and well-being. And you guys know this is true just by paying attention to what you eat, right? Like, so when you eat a salad or drink your smoothie, you feel energized and you feel alive. And you know that when you eat too much pizza and you're, out just eating a lot of junk food, you don't feel as good. So everything you put into your stomach will make a difference. Maybe if you eat the wrong foods, maybe you have to get up in the middle of the night, right? Which means you've lost your sleep. So it goes back to this one meal that you ate. And none of it was really life giving to your body, right? So our gut is really, really vital. From our immune function to our mental wellness, everything goes into our gut. So what we eat is important, and what we supplement with is important too. And supplements, again, are just that. They're supplementing, they're not supposed to replace a good diet, right? They're supposed to just help. So if you have an unhealthy diet, it's going to damage your gut. And because we all know that feeling, you start getting sick. Then you maybe get on antibiotics, right? If you're getting really sick, you go to the doctor, and antibiotics can actually damage your gut health as well. And you might have heard that when you get an antibiotic, take a probiotic with it. So there's a place for antibiotics, however, but the overuse of antibiotics can crash your immune system. So we really do have to be conscious. Antibiotics are great inventions, they're an amazing discovery because what they go in and do is they kill the bad bacteria. And sometimes that's absolutely necessary and life saving. But what they also do, because they're synthetic, they go in and they kill the good bacteria too. And the good bacteria is what keeps us healthy. And it's important to understand what that means in your gut. So we need to populate our gut with the good bacteria, because if we don't, the bad bacteria come in and take over. That's what bad bacteria do. So if we don't have good bacteria in there, it just fills in and it takes over, and we get very sick, and our immune system gets attacked. And so it's important to keep our gut healthy with probiotics, and that we avoid antibiotics as much as possible, because the study is that it takes about 2 years to restore your gut health after you've been on antibiotics. So that's a really long time. Um, so reminding you really do need to take your probiotics when you're taking an antibiotic as well. And that's just something that you'll have to remember, even if it's not suggested to you. So lack of physical activity is actually also damaging to your gut. So even it just means that if you're not moving your body enough, right, you're not taking like 30-minute walks, or every day you're doing some yoga or whatever it looks like for you. It doesn't have to be, massive training. It's just that you need to be moving your body, right? Letting those blood vessels work a little, letting the muscles get taxed, right? So just remember that every part of everything works together in the body. And when we let one go, we don't feel better. So poor sleep habits, they damage your gut health. Stress has a major impact on your gut health too. And so those are things we want to keep in mind. And what doTERRA has to support you with the gut health is PB Assist, Probiotic Assist. This is our probiotic. This specific supplement is it's a really amazing delivery system. It's a prebiotic and a probiotic. So when you take it internally, you swallow it down, and the probiotic will release in your stomach, and the prebiotic will release in your stomach, and the probiotic will release in your intestines with extended release. And that's super important, because if your probiotics open up in your stomach, where you have all that stomach acid, they actually will die before they ever get to the intestinal tract, which is where we really need them. So we really need them in our intestinal tract. That's where they're going to do the most benefit. Okay, so most probiotics on the market, and there are so many, they boast that they have so many strands of probiotics and stuff like that. But if they're all dying in your gut, it's actually not helping you at all, right? So it's really important that they push past, get into your intestinal tract, and it takes some technology to make that happen. So the technology in PB Assist Plus is pretty awesome for that. So I recommend you can, read up about when you should take them, but I take mine at night. And when you sleep, your body's restoring, your immune system is restoring. I always take at least once a night. And then I also do take it in the morning. But if the body's been compromised, you can, readjust that. Maybe take two if your digestion really needs extra support. And I do want to remind everybody that there is a kids version of the PB probiotic. So it's PB Assist Junior, and it's like a pixie stick. They're really teeny tiny, like I believe they're watermelon flavored probiotics. And every probiotic is micro encapsulated. So again, it goes beyond the stomach and into the intestines. So a lot of kids like these. They're like candy to them, but they're probiotics, so good for their health, and they're getting the extra strains they need through the DoTerra probiotics. Um, Again, adults can also take those. I always get asked that question. Yes, adults can also take those, so keep that in mind. So next is Terrazyme. So this actually helps us break down our food and absorb it better. Terra is, doTERRA, Terra, and then enzyme. So this is our digestive enzyme. We need digestive enzymes to absorb the breakdown of our foods so that we maintain a good health. And it's important to know this part because if a lot of people don't even realize that they need the enzymes, right? So Terrazyme is one of the essential things that you can take every day. You're taking your lifelong vitality, and then we're going to build on that. So this is what Terrazyme is doing. Um, we want to build Terrazyme and then add in the PB Assist. It's kind of like we're going to work. You start your health plan, but these are kind of the basis, and then you can add things to that. So Terrazyme is essential for building a strong body. So what it does is it breaks down our food and it helps us absorb the nutrients and helps us eliminate what isn't good for us, right? So now when you're born, you have a ton of these metabolic enzymes in your body, and they're responsible for all kinds of important function, brain function, heart function. And that's what keeps us functioning. Now, our digestive system needs a lot of enzymes too. So we have those digestive enzymes. They break down the food. If your body doesn't have enough digestive enzymes, it will just borrow from the metabolic enzymes, which you think, well, no worries, just borrow from the other category. But the problem is when we have like that limited number in our body, they don't replenish. And then, if our body is constantly borrowing them to digest, it's actually taking from other systems in our body, which over time is going to cause us to age faster. It's not going to, not going to feel good. It's going to actually not do very good for us in the long run at all. So, what we do need to eat a ton of raw food. I mean, raw food has its own natural digestive enzymes in it, but think about how many meals do you have that you are eating raw food. That's not always enough to get the digestive enzymes that you need, right? So you can take your Terrazyme, you can take it right before you eat, take a bite of food, take a Terrazyme, and it's going to help you break down all the food. And especially if you mostly eat healthy, and then you're eating a big meal, kind of just as a celebration or as an event or for whatever reason, take your Terrazyme because it's going to help you break down the food that your body is not used to taking in, right? So if you're sometimes after lunch feeling tired at like 3 o'clock, and you're like maybe had something kind of really heavy for lunch, that's another reason you realize that you really do need to take your enzymes. You need more enzymes to digest that food so you don't get to that point of feeling really tired in the afternoon. So using PB Assist and Terrazyme, so vital for good gut health. Okay, so nutrition and supplements, it's like a huge topic. Let's go through some extra things. So this is foundational, right? Like this is one of the important things. Lifelong vitality is foundational. It's one of the important things that you have in your body all the time. Stay strong and healthy. We also consider PB Assist and Terrazyme the same. That's why we have our Healthy Habits Kit, where these are the foundation of healthy habits. So now I'm going to run through some extra supplements that we recommend depending on what you need, or if you know somebody who needs these. So there's going to be like 9 supplements that we're going to run through. Does everybody need everyone? Absolutely not. So I do not take all these supplements on a daily basis, but I do have them, and I do take targeted ones to maximize my wellness. And then I have the other ones for the times when my body needs that support. Okay, so let's get going through some of our other really targeted supplements. Okay, the first one is Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. So this complex helps support muscle and joint comfort and function. If you're someone who has aches and pains on a very regular basis, this is going to be a key supplement for you. It soothes the occasional aches and discomfort. So it just means you don't have to live daily with pain, right? But um, so you also may have something that just kind of comes on like a headache. And if you have like a headache coming on every now and then, like for me, for example, I don't reach for ibuprofen at all. We don't even have it in our house anymore. I'm reaching for my oils and I'm reaching for my deep blue polyphenol complex. I take two of them, and often I take two copaiba soft gels as well, and that helps me out. Um, so you can use these in tandem with the deep blue rub or the deep blue oil. This is not the deep blue oil that you're putting in your body. It's just part of that deep blue family. So good to remember that. That deep blue family of products is designed for all things aches, pains, joints, discomforts, muscle pain, things like that. So it's part of the family of physical support for our body. So when it says you can take it in tandem, what it means is take the deep blue polyphenols, and I should have them here to show you. Oops, I'm not sure where I have them. Take the deep blue polyphenols and then go internally to support you on an internal level, and then put your deep blue rub or your deep blue oil wherever you need it. So you're supporting your body, topically and physically that way, topically and internally. You can take this daily or as needed, and you could just wake up and you feel like it's going to be one of those achy days. You can take two in the morning. That's totally fine. Um, so keep in mind that, if you're like, oh, I actually found myself needing like six of these a day, let's say on like a really bad day, it's totally okay. So, you know, keep that in mind because these are natural and safe. And this is one of those that if you buy in your loyalty rewards order and you buy the Lifelong Vitality first, you can actually add it in for a very reduced price. So it's one of those great medicine, cabinet supplements to have on hand when you need it. Okay, adaptive. This has been a game changer for so many since it came out, especially with this pandemic going on. It calms and promotes positive feelings, and kids can take it too, so keep that in mind. This is a long lasting supplement, so when you take it, it helps you calm and promote the positive feelings over an extended period of time. So they did a really cool test on this for children. So there were some as young as the age of 12 that during this double blind test, they noticed that not only in the first week of taking it, that they were reporting feeling more calm, but over a 4 week mark, they were actually, the improvement was actually even greater and they were feeling more calm and just a better sense of well being and less anxious. So the point is, you know, you're going to feel good right away when you take this, but if you stick with it over time, over a course of a month, that's when you're going to feel even maximize your results more. It supports your mood and helps improve the state of mind. So we all need that, right? Encourages relaxation and mental well-being, supports cognitive function and emotional balance. And it helps in acclimating to new surroundings and adapting to stressful situations. So this is a really important supplement, again, to have on hand and to maybe incorporate into someone's lifestyle if that's what they're needing. I'm not a naturally anxious person. I'm actually pretty stable. My moods are, not all over the place, but, you know, sometimes there are emotions that just, you don't know why you're feeling them, right? And you need to really power through them. And that's what happens to me. So there's times when I'm just kind of edgy and I don't know why. And this is pretty much, adaptive the adaptive supplements is pretty much what I grab for, right? It's a key one that I keep around because um, it really, really helps in those moments. And that this is what I want to grab for. I don't want to grab for food. I don't want to grab for drink. This is what I want to grab for, being very natural. Okay, now turmeric. Turmeric is an incredible dual chamber capsule when you get it with doTERRA. So our turmeric, here's my turmeric, has both the powder that you would get from the root, of the root of the turmeric, and turmeric oil. So it has both. So when they say dual chamber, that's what they're talking about. So this is technology that no other company has. It's patented and it increases the effectiveness of turmeric in the body by 11%. So if you're using turmeric already, everyone's supposed to be on turmeric, right? Because it's good for inflammation, it's good for immune system, it's good for cardiovascular health, and this supports a healthy inflammatory response in the body too. So using that dual chamber capsule from doTERRA is going to be 11% more effective than if you were just taking a turmeric supplement that didn't have your oil and your powder together. And that if it's not doing its job of, fighting free radicals and protecting the body from oxidative damage, then, you're not really taking something that's working the best for you. So what this is saying, it helps keep your health cells healthy and helps to fight diseases. Um, and on a cellular level, it takes care of us and gives us a greater chance of not getting sick. Okay, so it combines the complementary benefits of both the turmeric essential oil with the joint support of the curcumin. And it's really unique. And this delivery system is pretty amazing. So what you do need to know is that you can take turmeric oil, you can take a turmeric supplement, and you're going to benefit from both. But if you take doTERRA's double encapsulated capsule, you're going to combine the benefits. And it was really going to increase how well you feel. So this is another one that you can take regularly every day if you need to. And you can take it again maybe if you've had like a really rough day, a lot of aches and pains, and you just want to maybe feel you have to support that a little more that day. I recommend taking it daily because when you do things daily, our body gets stronger and stronger and all that. Sometimes we have the inflammation in our body that we don't even know about. So maybe pain is, pain comes when something's wrong and down the line, right? So pain starts with pain and then it just gets worse and worse. So why not take care of that before it gets to that point? Because of that, I take turmeric every day. It's I take it at the same time as my LLB. Okay, serenity. Serenity is for those of you that may need to get better sleep. Sleep is when we heal, right? So sleep is when our bodies restore. And if you're not sleeping very well, serenity is going to be a great supplement for you. It relieves that occasional sleeplessness, promotes healthy relaxation and sleep, encourages restful sleep, and it can really make a difference in that quality and even the ease of going to sleep if you have a hard time falling asleep. So it's going to calm the nervous system. The oils in there actually help promote quieting the mind. So if your mind kind of runs endlessly, this is designed to be like a neurotonic. So it calms the nervous system. It also helps to reduce the stress and helps you get refreshing sleep that you need without feeling groggy or sleepy the next day. This is not a sleeping pill. This is not Ambien, okay? This will help you sleep, but it's also going to help you wake up feeling really well. So some people have said they've had really interesting dreams when they take Serenity. And it's not that Serenity is affecting the content of your dreams, but when you sleep deep, you tend to dream more, right? And you're probably getting deeper sleep than before. So I also know people that take this during the day for anxiety. So it's very calming. It's very calming on the body, but it's not a pill that's going to make you feel like you could pass out as soon as you take it. Okay, so keep that in mind. You're not going to just take this and just fall asleep or just fall over. So it's something that it's going to support the calmness in your body, and the calmness is what helps us sleep. Okay, phytoestrogen and bone nutrient. This is a combination and it comes together or separate, but it's recommended for hormonal support. And it does say it's a women's line, but it's not necessarily just for women, especially the bone nutrient. In fact, I hate that it says doTERRA women on there because so many men need calcium and magnesium in their body. So this is an extra shot of calcium and magnesium in the bone nutrient complex. It's great for when someone also has broken a bone and is going through that healing process, or when someone is going through growing pains and just needs more support. So I have a 13-year-old and he is definitely on this. Bone nutrient is key for restless leg syndrome as well. And I would take Lifelong Vitality and bone nutrient complex together, absolutely, because you're probably deficient in the magnesium. And then we have the phytoestrogen. This supports your hormone levels, helps healthy bones, heart, breast tissue, all those things women need more of, right? And this contains a special flaxseed extract, which can help in managing estrogen metabolism and how we metabolize that. So it's really helpful for that because we need balance in those hormones. So that's all I really want to say about those. But just know that it's available and you can do more research on what your body needs and find out what supplements are the best for your daily lifestyle. Okay, so Mito2 Max. This is our energy and stamina complex, and it supports healthy cellular production. So there are no stimulants in here. This is not like taking or popping a caffeine pill. It's not like that. It's a natural energy. And it helps just to increase your mental clarity. It also helps increase your efficient use of oxygen, which is really energizing to the body. A lot of times people will take this before they work out, or I like to take it around lunchtime just because I find I need to maintain my mental clarity throughout the afternoon. It helps me with that. So this supports optimal mitochondrial function, which is the energy factories of our cells. So it's helpful for that. And one of the things that's really interesting is that it helps balance our cortisol levels, which is our stress hormone. And that directly affects, our estrogen and our reproductive system. And so if you've been having, like your hormones, you need some kind of balancing there, I actually recommend taking Mito 2 Max for that because sometimes our cortisol levels highly affect our estrogen levels, right? And so many things are happening in our body, and maybe our cycles aren't regular, or we're having trouble getting pregnant, or whatever that might be for you. Consider Mito 2 Max. And sometimes a label can throw us off, right? Because you might be like, well, I don't need more energy. I'm very energized. But what it does is it helps balance energy right as well, and keeps it at a really stable level, and it keeps the cortisol in check. So consider these things instead of maybe grabbing for a cup of coffee at 3 o'clock, or getting, some kind of, maybe you're going towards hormone replacement therapy. A lot of times we don't need that synthetic drug. We just need to balance our body on the foundational level, and these supplements can help you through that. Okay, Zendocrine complex. So this supports healthy cleansing and filtering functions of the liver, kidneys, colon, lungs, and skin. So if you're having skin issues, your liver needs more support. If you drink alcohol at all, Zendocrine is super supportive, and you should take this on a regular basis. This complex is different from the oil or soft gels. Those are made of oil. This is made of herbs, and they definitely complement each other in the detoxification process. So this helps cleansing our organs, and maybe, our liver or kidneys to function more optimally. Because if we're honest, we all know we don't eat 100% the way we should all the time. And maybe, that occasional, um, I don't know, alcoholic beverage or whatever, big meal might be, our body needs support. And um, that's what you can use your Zendocrine complex for. So we're also using it. It's used in the detox, cleanse, and restore kit. So it's a really integral part of going through that cleansing process. And then remember our environment, or environmental toxins, what we take in, right? Our food is packaged in plastics. There's chemicals in there. Things are even, like our produce is sprayed. Things in our bodies and our livers are working hard for all those things. So we need to, cleanse and filter all the time, so that our liver gets the extra support it needs there. Okay, and this is the last one I want to talk about as far as like the targeted supplements. And this is the Yarrow Palm Cellular Beauty Complex. This one is awesome, you guys. This is one of, I love taking this one. I don't know, on so many levels, but I want to say this came out last year, or just before that. And I take this at night. I put it in my bathroom. So when I brush my teeth, that's when I take this, because throughout the night, again, that's when your body is healing. Your immune system is functioning its best. And this particular complex, this supplement will help improve skin firmness and reduce skin imperfections. So it illuminates and brightens your complexion because it's got vitamin C and collagen. Melissa is also in this. Melissa is key for fighting off viruses. Turmeric is also in this as well to provide. So this provides that powerful antioxidant support, promotes cellular health, supports healthy metabolic function, and helps maintain skin's youthful appearance, right, by combating the oxidative stress. And it helps to fight free radicals, and, you know, um, and, and what we don't want in our body. So I love this, and it's all things beauty as well. However, this would be a key immune boosting supplement to take, and you can definitely add it into your regime. And, I like to, again, take 2 at night before I go to bed. Um, the beauty of it is that you're not only getting the benefits of the healthier hair, skin, nails, you're also getting the benefits of stronger immune, right? So it's, again, our natural products doing so many good things for us, right? This is not a pill. This is, it's not a medication. It's natural things that you're putting into your body to feel better. And in this case, to have your skin and hair and nails so look better, um, and get your immune system stronger at the same time. So, the benefits are great. And your body doesn't take as much strain when you're using the natural products. And that's what it means when we say put good things in our body, we get all the side benefits, right? And when we put things in our body that are foreign, we actually get side effects. So we love to say it that way. So keep in mind that you're going to actually be taking your oils or your supplements. You're going to find that you have these side benefits that come. And even if you weren't expecting something from what the supplement says, targeting one thing, you might get something else out of it as well. So that is truly the beauty of good products, right? And of natural things. Okay, so here's a daily sample schedule, and you can snap a picture of this if you'd like. Um, Yep, you can snap a picture of that if you'd like. I'm just going to show it to you, but you can, make up your own schedule for what your body needs. Turmeric and probiotics in the morning. At breakfast, you can take your Lifeline Vitality, Terrazyme, maybe your Adaptive, and moving on. So a lot of times people will say like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of pills. But I want to help you get over that hurdle in your mind, because I always, these pills are like food, right? They're nutrients. I'm putting nutrients and the right things in my body that fight disease. And every time I eat a meal, if I take my LLV with it, that's part of it, right? So it's like the extra thing on the side of your plate. It's like your extra little salad. So, think of it like that, right? Instead of taking it as pills, because pills are, you're putting more natural things into your body, and it's part of the fuel that your body needs. And just change your mindset on it, right? You're not taking medicines, and that's what I think people get hung up on. That wow, that's a lot of pills, and it's not. It's just a lot of supplements that you're taking, putting them in your body. And the best part about doTERRA is that with your account, you can curate your wellness plan in the way that fits to you best. You can change it also every month, and we're going to look at that in a second, but you're really truly in control of your own body that way. So when you're a member, which everybody on the call is, or if you're watching, you have that opportunity to get the loyalty rewards order. And what that means is you can go into doTERRA anytime, right? Get the 25% off and order today. That's true for all of us, right? And if you just do a one-time order, that's just one time. But if and you don't get any benefits, but you do get the 25% off, but you won't get any percents or points. But if you order faithfully, like every single month, you've planned out your wellness, and you want a wellness box to show up at your door, you have that opportunity to be the loyalty rewards member, and that has a ton of perks. So you can, order your supplements every month. You can order your oils. Maybe you've been wanting to try different things. You can get discounts on that. Add in your Lifeline Vitality plus add on supplements, right? And get those discounts. So great benefits with having your account. And then you get the points back when you order on LRP. So if you look at this picture, you see it's, 185 points. And so, 185, but, if you order everything on this picture, you see the PV on there. It's $185. Sorry, it's 133 PV is what I want to say. And you see that PV on there. That's the value of what this set of products is. It's 133 PV. So if you're doing your loyalty rewards order, and maybe it's your first month and you run your order, you're going to actually get 10% back on this order in the form of points that you can use later for free stuff. So 10%, it's 13.3, you would get those points back, or $13 back into your account, right? And so that's like a free bottle of wild orange, maybe a free bottle of lemon. Maybe you're saving the points for something, a little later when you have like a lot of points accumulated. So it's, you also get the points back on the shipping. So you might have paid $3.99 or $12.99, $7.99, whatever you choose for shipping for your product. doTERRA takes that and gives that back to you in the form of points. So if you paid the $3.99 for shipping because you're not really in a hurry, that's $4, 4 points extra that will be credited back to you. And the oils are mostly 1-for-1. So if you have, 4 points, it's like $4. In the supplements and some of the other items, you'll see that it's a little bit of a different, combination. So as you order over time, you get more and more percent back. So your first 3 months, you get the 10% back, and then your next 3 months in the LRP program, as long as you've kept an order in there over 50 points, you'll get 15% back, and it'll go up 5% every month until after a year, it's 30% back. So, like my order here, it's, 133 points, but I'm going to get 30% back of those in free product. And that's pretty amazing. So just keep in mind, the minimum order to earn points back is 50. And if you do 125 points before the end, before the 15th of each month, and this is in every country, you actually get the free product of the month. So that, is usually like a product either that's not sold often on the doTERRA site, like a special product, or it might be something that, you just want to add to your collection or stock up on. So the first sweet point is just having at least one order placed every month, and that way you'll stay in the program. The second sweet point is a 50 points. If you do 50 points, you start earning the points back and you start going up in the percent. And then when you hit 125 points, you're going to get, before the 15th of the month, you get that free product of the month. So you don't by any means have to do the free product of the month every month, but it is available to you. So if you just want to order small things, over time, and you want to set your intention for how your wellness is going to look for the year, you can really maximize how you're going to use the doTERRA account and get your percent back and start getting your free product. So hopefully that makes sense to you. There's little bits, ticks, like, like any game, there's like little rules to this. So if you have any questions, just reach back to your upline and they can definitely walk you through this. Okay, so I just want to spend just 5 minutes on, and I added this in to our presentation today. It's not usually on our presentation, but doTERRA amazed us with these amazing products, our nutrition products, right? So in a world where more and more people want to eat healthy, but yet often find themselves under kind of the stress of, making compromised food choices, many people are falling short of nutritional needs. And that's why doTERRA came out with this, to change the way we think about our nutrition. So they introduced the doTERRA nutrition line, where they formulated this pure, natural, whole food ingredient products that are gluten-free, no added sugars, and really designed to perfectly complement the whole body, whole health. Now, keep in mind that these pair really well with our LLV, our our Terrazyme, and our PB Assist. Okay, so I'm just going to run through them really quick. Let's talk first about greens. So there are many reasons you might not be getting the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables in your diet. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's expensive. Preparation time can be consuming. And sometimes we're really just unsure about how much we really need to eat. So less than 1 out of every 3 adults eats the recommended amount of fruit per day, and over 70% don't meet the guidelines for vegetable consumption. So that's pretty big. So signs you're not getting enough greens. You're tired all the time. You're feeling under the weather often. You experience brain fog. Maybe daily stressors are more difficult to handle. You experience digestive upset often, and you're struggling with healthy weight management. So definitely look into our greens line. It's amazing. I don't have it yet because I just ordered it. This is our first month, but this is going to be that mix of, nutrient dense superfoods, fruits, and greens, and just going to be really, really easy to use. And the way to use this is going to be each scoop provides 1 to 2 servings of fruits and vegetables, and you're going to use it by just mixing 1 scoop in with either 8 or more ounces of a liquid and just drinking immediately. So that's going to be really, really easy to use. Okay, the next thing is our proteins. So proteins, or amino acids, are the essential building blocks for everything in the body, from muscles to tissues, cells, and enzymes. And they're behind every biochemical reaction, from a healthy immune response to tissue repair to managing gene expression. So it's pretty amazing. So doTERRA has these really amazing whey or whole food vegan friendly options in these convenient packets. And each digested premium protein blends with 22 grams per serving. They're high in fiber, 8 grams per serving, and they're going to help curb hunger, control appetite, improve satiation, maintain those optimal blood sugar levels. Okay, so you are going to use this, again, just 1 scoop, maybe in water, in your choice of milk. You make a smoothie. You can even add this to fruits and vegetables, add some fruits and vegetables. So it's going to be a really nice, easy, very good quality protein with no added sugars, all natural flavors, and it will it is has a great taste, they say, and it's sweetened with monk fruit and stevia. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and then fiber. Why fiber? So when we emphasize, when emphasis is placed on the high protein, low carb diets, often dietary fiber takes a toll. So even with the healthy diet, most people get half of the amount of fiber needed. So that creates insufficiencies and health issues in our body. Um, Other thing is fad diets are popular, right? And most focus on consuming that high amount of protein and low amount of carb. And that's that imbalance. It can wreak havoc on our fiber intake. So according to the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine, even with a healthy diet, most people only get half the amount of fiber the FDA recommends. Okay, so this is really important. Um, this fiber was created it's convenient to use and a yummy way to supplement your fiber intake. One serving of doTERRA fiber provides 6 grams of soluble and insoluble fiber. And what I love is it also has that lemon essential oil, natural vitamin C, and a unique prebiotic blend, which is just all so much goodness for our bodies. So again, you are going to mix this with 10 ounces of water and drink immediately, is what the instructions are. Okay, and because we are in January of 2021, and I love that doTERRA is always right there with us on our journey, they have announced the 21-day Power of Healthy and the 21-day challenge, and it's going to be amazing. It's the perfect kind of setup for us to establish those new habits that are going to help us be the healthiest version of ourselves. So we're not talking about resolutions, right? Those resolutions, just such an old-fashioned thing. You forget them, you don't do them, they fall apart. They're too big to start with, right? So we're talking about real, achievable habits that are going to make you feel your best. So really get onto this. Everyone that has a doTERRA account, right? You can just text 386457. Text to that number, text the word healthy. And I've already done it. I'm already getting I'm getting a couple of messages. So it's going to be super exciting. I love that corporate is bringing this to us. Here on Team Oil, we are doing our 30-day cleanse and restore. And if you did not get on that yet and you still want to get on that, that's another great program. Please get the link from your upline, get registered with Team Oil. Victoria and Regan have put together an amazing reboot for us. So please get on that as well. And it's not too late to start. You can start at any time. So let's do this and let's all do so much goodness for our body and, just really take care of ourselves with all the tools that we have. So that was the last slide for the presentation. So trying to keep it under an hour. So I'm just going to stop here for right now. And I'm going to just mention that, when you're with doTERRA, there are really 3 kinds of people that love to incorporate doTERRA into their life. You use the oils and you live that wellness lifestyle, and that is just so amazing. Once you feel that amazing, you decide that you want to share this with others. And that's when you start, telling people what you're using, they start using it, and it just, you really share the goodness like anything else. And then you do the kind of things that the leaders are doing, which is teach others. And that becomes like a whole new, purpose. And you kind of get on this mission of really impacting people. So if you want any of this, wherever you are in the journey, we're here to support you. And please reach out to your upline and find out how, you can make doTERRA work the best for you in your lifestyle, so you can really own your life. Right. Thank you guys for coming and listening to the recording.